Nathan. Today is September 17th, 2013. It's a Tuesday, and it is 5:26 Eastern Standard Time. However, I'm going from Reno, Nevada to San Francisco, California, so that makes it 2:26 p.m. Right? I don't know. I do know it's Tuesday because yesterday was Monday Night Football. So that helps me keep track of time. I'm on US 50. I swung by Lake Tahoe. Didn't know it was so blue, stunningly blue. So that was nice. A few days before that, I was in Spokane, Washington, catching up on editing videos, which I was very behind. Not to mention, and I was behind in journaling, blogging, and processing photos. And definitely the postcards, definitely behind in that. And it's just harder when you're driving through the western states because everything's so spread far apart. But anyway, I was editing this video, and there were it was relevant to what was going on, to what had just happened in Boise. And there was also a lot of incoherence, a lot of babbling, I guess. So I just want to take the time to clear that up. And we're going to do a little audio commentary with the video here, so. Safety first. It's funny when people say safety first, and then when you're a kid, you watch these videos about only you can prevent forest fires, and that's cool. You know, you definitely see it here in California and the surrounding areas. But if you live in a city where there are no trees, forest fires are the least of your concerns. It's more like drive-bys and arson. That should have been the campaign. There should have been a more urban, more city mouse, but Smokey the Bear. So like city bear saying only you can prevent arson by not being a total dickhead. Okay, so let's get this video going then. I feel like I start all my videos the same way. So if that bugs you, then I'm sorry. I really don't know how else to lead into a video there. So their toll roads are so illogical. One time when I was driving to Orlando, I exited. I'm also realizing that instead of saying or I do this, and that, I guess that's kind of like my, like if I was a rapper, that would be the onomatopoeia that I would have. You know, kind of like how Jay-Z has his ho for chia, and then Kanye West has his ha. I think my calling card would be the I don't know. So I threw in the change, $1.25 in quarters. I waited for the light to turn green, and it didn't turn, it just stayed red. And I waited a little bit more. A car came up behind me, and so I just left. And then my window was still down, and I could hear the buzzer buzz because I just went on the red light, despite the fact that the screen said lane closed. Despite all that, the green light above the booth said it was open. So I don't know if I just got a ticket. And then the night before, I think I might have gotten a ticket because I checked my credit card statement and I got billed. I'm not certain though. We'll see. Or the toll pass, that's to the right. Or to the left, that's just toll pass. But the signs don't tell you how to get to Miami Beach. The only way to get to Miami Beach is if you have the toll pass. I don't mean to talk about toll roads so often. I've been making a conscious effort to not talk about it for the last few videos. But you know, when you're driving, there's some things that really bug me. You know, people who are always on your butt, you know, and then people who are really slow and toll roads. In Portland, Maine, I went to go get a cup of coffee and catch up on some writing, and so I found an empty parking spot next to the building, and I parked there. There are no signs or anything, so I parked there, stayed in the coffee shop for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and when I got out, a guy was there, and he was like, "Which unit in this building do you live in?" I said, "I don't." He said, "Oh, because I just called the tow truck." And I was like, "Oh, well, there are no signs." I also hate tow trucks. Personal experience. And also, apparently, there's a few reality TV shows involving tow truckers. Not my favorite. I could have parked there the next morning. So the next morning when I got out there, I got out just in time as the meter maid, the parking police came by, and she was like, "Is this your car?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Okay, I almost wrote you a ticket." So I narrowly escaped two car infractions. I felt pretty good. The very next day, in Niagara Falls, I was talking to my mom on the telephone, and then we were talking about freeway safety, like what the best thing to do when it rains. So my telephone rings a lot now. It's mostly not from friends and family. It's people who are trying to sell me car insurance or a car or even mortgages. So I ignore it, but whenever friends or family call, I use speakerphone now. And I use a hands-free fake radio-looking thing that truckers use that my roommate Mark got me before I left. Should have used that before, but you know, I'm not that smart.
The meter had just expired. I was running back, and when I got there, I was like, "Is it too late?" And it was like, "Yeah, I just wrote you I just wrote you a ticket." And I was like, "I could have sworn I had time." It's I don't know. So the 2 times I nearly escaped card issues got canceled out with the 2 times that I did get car infractions. And who knows how many traffic violations I got in Florida because
so since then, it's been, I guess, a couple months now, and I was driving up the panhandle of Idaho, and I got pulled over for a speeding ticket. And that was real frustrating because I guess I missed the speed limit sign. I didn't know what the speed limit was. I was going downhill, and I was going a little faster than I should have. And the cop from the other, he was going the opposite way of the highway. He swung around and pulled me over. And then he told me he liked huckleberry pie. And then the very next day, just like this incident from 2 months earlier, the very next day, same thing happened going from Spokane to Seattle. I was driving along the interstate, and this cop on the other side of the freeway with the dirt median U-turned through the dirt and pulled me over. I had no idea what the speed limit was, I guess. I'm not making excuses. I was going fast, but I assumed the speed limit was 75 because that's how it was going through the Dakotas and Montana. So again, it's my fault.
So if you open a door for someone, that's probably like 1 karma point. If you found someone's wallet and returned it to them, that's probably 100 karma points. And then it will balance out, and you will something good worth 100 points will happen back to you. And sometimes, for no reason, something terrible will happen to you. Eventually, the same amount of karma in that point system will balance it out. So when you die, your karma balance sheet, your karma credit will be at 0. Karma credit. Credit spelled with a K. C with a circle around it. Or an R. Maybe tiny TM. I don't know. I don't know what any of those symbols mean. I just know that Cronut's dead, so I probably have to do it.
To clarify, I do know what it means. I just don't know. I don't know how they're different from each other. Anyway, regarding the karma credit with the TM, and it's both. What's going on right now? I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, this Pony Express used to go this way. That's cool. According to that sign I just drove by. Oh, so if my karma credit theory is true, I got 2 car violations, both regarding speeding, and I was trying to figure out if something fortunate had happened for the credit to balance out, and I guess the answer is I did make a lot of illegal U-turns in the city. No cops are around. I guess I did park without feeding the meter sometimes. You know. And maybe all the times I've parked without paying, it adds up to the ticket violations that I got, which is almost $200. Maybe. And to give a better analogy to this karma credit than I did in the video, what I was trying to say is that sometimes you take out a loan, and sometimes you deposit. And whenever you deposit, that's you doing something good. Whenever you take out a loan, that's you getting something good in return. And then when something bad happens to you, that's you you know, I had the analogy before when I was editing the video. It's better explained in my head. But I'm sure you get it. You're smart. I'm in California, and I haven't played that song by Biggie yet. I don't think I will.